Good evening, and welcome to the Unprofessional Professional Sports Show. I am your host, BA, along with Bro Crouch and Keith Inkle from TGI Sports Talk. How you fellas doing this evening?
Fabulous.
Good. Yeah.
No, hey, good thing no video, so I'm not gonna get slammed again.
Nice.
Video?
Nice. Man, that immediately barbecued it too.
Right, it barbecued it. It just took it out. So apologize to everybody out there who was looking for that video. It got taken down. It's just not. Yep, didn't happen. Oh well. Life goes on. We will not be doing that anymore. And thank you for the advice there, Bo. Next time I know what to do. Anyway.
I didn't have any issues. I might be the only guy that didn't have any issues with my. I should not.
You're not. Are you monetized?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was surprised because it immediately got mine. And then the next day YouTube got me.
That's
It was just like, oh, well, okay.
I didn't want to gloat in the chat, so I didn't say anything. Or
that was our unprofessional part right there. So
I mean, what it means is when YouTube randomly decides to check your channel out, you're just going to get nailed on a bunch of stuff. I mean, that's what they just did to me. They just sent me a flag from 2022. I feel like ain't nobody going back to that anyway.
Right. Eventually, you're saying
it's way past that point now. Yeah.
Right. Like nobody's going back to some, ridiculous take I had in 22 when I had 12 followers.
The good thing is me is I don't need to go back to 2022 to find a ridiculous take. So we're good. Fine. Just yesterday. We're good.
I'm not saying it was isolated to that. I'm just saying nobody's going back and look at it.
I thought you were bragging, Bo, actually.
Thank you for throwing me that flag 2 years after it happened. That's cool. Awesome.
I mean, 4 years.
4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Yeah. Where am I at?
Ridiculous.
I'm still in 2024. Okay. Anyway, speaking of things that are not in 2024, as we switch from Milano Cortina and go to the French Alps Winter Olympics. These were a pretty eventful Olympics. I gotta say, I was really kind of touched upon these Olympics. I mean, it's great. For overall things, I mean, Norway had the most gold medals and the most overall medals ever in a Winter Olympics. The U.S. had the most gold as well as the most medals they've ever had in the Winter Olympics. Italy had the most medals they ever had in the Winter Olympics. So the host team did a good job there. Brazil won their first Winter Olympic medal, and it was gold in the men's giant slalom by Lucas Benhiro Brathian. So they got their first gold, medal ever.
I mean, if you're going to do it, it might as well be gold, right?
Right. Hey, bring it on. Yeah. Norway's Johannes Hosfoot Kalebo won six gold medals. Won 6 gold medals, giving him a total of 11 gold medals in the Winter Olympics, second only to Michael Phelps, who has, I believe, 5 somewhere around there.
All of them.
23. Yeah. So he's second anyway, but yeah, he's got the most in the Summer Olympics, and this dude's got the most in the Winter Olympics.
Listening to you to go through these names makes me think of Office Space, right? When he's like, Nagin in the jar, it's not that hard. And he's like, Naga, not going to work here anymore anyway. Like,
or the Keys and Peels situation where he's in the classroom and he's the teacher.
Yes.
Hey, Ron.
Yep.
Hey, Rod. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
You mean Aaron? Get out of my class. We're not doing this today. Also, the U.S. men's hockey team wins first gold since the Miracle on Ice in 1980. Good for them. Went to the White House, was it yesterday? Yesterday?
Yesterday,
yep. To celebrate there. And the women's hockey team also won gold. Only giving up 2 goals throughout the tournament. So they were very impressive in their run. They didn't go to because they had other commitments, but they were invited, so that's there. Let's see. Other than that, I mean, yeah. Other than that, I mean, the Olympics were just great. I mean, not the personal triumphs that some of these people had too. Like Alyssa Liu, she was tremendous.
After giving up the sport, right? And
giving up the sport
way.
To take a mental break from it, because it is, for some people, that is, going through that every day. Hey, Ron. Yeah.
Go to O'Shag Hennessy's office.
Yeah. Who?
You mean O'Shaughnessy?
Yeah, O'Shaughnessy.
With Alyssa Liu too. I think I might have said it last week on this show, but I did say it on some of my other shows, that just watching the pure joy that she skated with. You see these girls and guys, and they seem to skate, especially in figure skating, and I'm sure other disciplines too, but they get done, and it seems like there's just this sense of relief that I'm done, and I got through this and didn't make a mistake or major mistakes. But she was just showing joy through the whole thing, and you couldn't help but have a smile watching it. And it was fun to watch that whole performance that she did. It was routine, whatever.
I don't think she stopped smiling since that either. I haven't seen her without a smile on her face.
I mean, it makes sense though, because at the end of that, sequence, like, she was pumped.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't even, no scores had come in. She knew she nailed it as soon as the music wrapped. And it was like, oh, see, that's awesome.
Yeah, and she dropped the F-bomb going by to the scorers table.
Also,
that was awesome too. That was pretty good.
I missed that.
Go. I wasn't mad at that at all.
I wasn't either. I say, hey, go for it, girl. That's what you got to do out there. Of course, the Canadian team was kind of, let me say, the Canadian men's hockey team wasn't as gracious as the women's Canadian team was. In fact, McKinnon was the one that said, hey, yeah, I said, you make a determination who was the better team out there on the ice.
All I got to do is look at the scoreboard. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all that counts.
To be fair, they did have a couple of very easy missed opportunities, but they were missed opportunities. So the better team won.
He had the easiest opportunity of anybody. He had a wide open right side of the net early in the third period.
And clanked it off the post.
Blew it. And just blew it.
Yeah. No, it was, they had opportunities, and obviously the goalie was playing out of his mind. But the benefit to that is he plays on a bad team, so he's used to having 5,000 shots on him.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. Yeah, he did stand on his head in that game. I got to give it to him. I mean, he was like the hero of that game.
Well,
even the Hughes with the overtime goal, the Canadian men's team are talking about, we don't want 3-on-3. That's just beat. If you would have won, would you have said the same thing?
They did win. They did win one of those. Exactly.
Twice. Exactly. And everybody I talked to, because we ended up doing basically a watch along during my Sunday stream of conscience. Everybody told me the Canadians had a huge advantage 3-on-3 against the U.S.
See, I didn't think that was true,
but
I actually thought Seattle. I actually thought that the U.S. team were going to benefit from going to overtime because we were a younger, faster team. They were older, more seasoned.
Yeah.
But we were just younger and faster. So I thought if we got to overtime 3-on-3, we would have a good shot. I was worried they were going to give up the goal in the third. And, let's be honest, that other block, I mean, him barely getting the blade of that.
The one he hit behind him?
Behind him?
Jeez.
That's a lucky
the poster shot. The poster shot he blocked. Yeah.
For sure.
Put that on. Everybody says he's going to put that on his bedroom, that poster of him blocking that shot like that.
And he should.
The The 3-on-3 topic, I don't like it either because I don't like any sport where you diametrically change the game when you go into overtime. You played one way for all this time, and we're going to just change how we do it. I don't care whether it's, soccer, football, basketball. I played a game the way it's been played the whole time, but that's not the place for John Cooper to be talking about that,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That sounds like more of a sore loser kind of situation to me than it does, actually making a political statement about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, it would be one thing if you were to say that after winning. Like if you won and you were like, hey, I just don't like this format. That's received way different than you lose and you say you don't like it because now you just sound like a sore loser.
Right.
If you were to win and be like, I get we won and it worked out for us, but I just don't love doing this. That carries way different weight to it because you're just like, oh, okay, like you benefited from it and you still don't like it. I can respect
two opportunities, Bo. He had two opportunities to do just what you said he could have done, right? And he didn't do it, because it worked out for him. So
exactly.
Yeah. And
because I'm sure
at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Because to me, I think you're just whining over your dinner plate because you just didn't win the game. So
I'm sure in those other two instances against Finland and I think Czechia, however you say that, I know I'm probably saying it wrong.
No, that's right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's amazing. I did that right. Anyway, those two teams, I'm sure they had huge advantages 3-on-3 probably in overtime. So, why am I going to bring it up?
Yeah, I mean, they got fortunate basically on the two overtimes with Finland. Finland was one that they really should have lost that one.
But they got in there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But it is what it is. And they did what they had to do. Canada didn't. Go home and cry about it later. Like I said, the women's Canadian team, they were a lot better about it. They didn't really. They said, yeah, it was even great for us to even get the medal in there, and we played well up to that competition. We just didn't get it done. That's all right. That's okay. They played a really good game. That's what they said. So I mean, I didn't hear no whining going on that side.
I wish I could remember who to attribute this to, but I saw it again this week several times that you win gold, you win bronze, you settle for silver. So
yeah, no, that's true.
Right. I don't know. Somebody said I would like to attribute to him. I don't know who it is, but
yeah, I mean, that's accurate though. Cause I mean, silver means you lost, but you got in the championship game, and the bronze means you were almost off the podium and you fought for it. So, I mean, I can get with that. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I liked it a lot myself. I probably should have liked it enough to actually attribute it to actually.
I mean, that's fair. But and Brad, just to answer your question there, I don't know that we're going to have a WNBA start at the first part of May there.
Doesn't look like it. Maybe, right?
Because not only has the CBA not been worked out, but even if it got worked out today, right this second, they would still have to sign all these free agents because like 2/3 of the league isn't signed to teams. Mm-hmm. They have to get through the secondary draft for the two teams that are coming in. And then they have the actual draft after the championship game. So, I mean, you got 2 drafts and free agency to try and get done in, really 7 weeks because the first preseason game is actually the end of April. So, I mean, even if it was signed today, I don't know that they get that done.
Just any way to run a league. Good grief.
It is awful. And the worst part about it is it really is the WNBA overplaying their hand here. The players have the leverage because this is the first time you're making money and they could stifle all of that momentum. But then on top of it, they started 2 other leagues that are doing well, which means they're making more for less time on the court and not like a little bit more, like they're making double their WNBA salaries to play significantly less time. And you're going to try and play this hardball where they can be like, okay, so I can come to the WNBA, play for 4 months for half the money, or, and hear me out, I could work half as much for twice as, I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, if that's any way to scrap your league, that's the good way right there. Just scrap it right there.
It's effective.
Yes. Speaking of the going back to the NHL or the Canadian hockey, in the NHL. Sidney Crosby is going to be out 4 weeks after Olympic injury he has sustained. So those games are getting ready to get back on hand as well. He will not be participating at least 4 weeks.
In fact, today, NHL comes back today.
Back today, yeah.
All right, there you go. I knew it came out one of these days this week. I just couldn't.
Yeah, there was a couple of guys who didn't make it to the White House yesterday because they had to get back and prepare for today's games.
I mean, they missed out on some McDonald's. I think they're all right.
I might have been KFC yesterday. I'm not sure.
Oh, I read that it was Mickey D's.
Tuesday's KFC day in the White House, I think.
I don't want to go nowhere with that because that just brings up finger licking good. Yeah, that's not. I'm not going there with
that. There we go. At least we're there.
I get myself labeled a racist no matter what I do. Jeez.
That's not nice, Rob. I know you.
Listen, before we wrap up the Olympic, by the way, I got to go back to the whole Johnny Gaudreau thing too. It was just we were doing a watch along, as I said. I had a hard time keeping it together at the end of my show, watching them skate around with his jersey and then bring his little kids out onto the ice to take that picture. I mean, kudos to all those guys for keeping his spirit alive during the course of this Olympic team that he definitely would have been on. And I think it was one of the coolest things that I've seen in a long, long, long time.
Yeah, it was pretty. That was pretty amazing for them to bring his kids out. Yeah, and I guess I was reading a thing about it. It sounded like they were going to try and bring the whole family out.
Yeah,
but they just didn't have a way to get them like through the gates and out there. And so they were just like, oh, let's grab the kids because, it's such a short period of time to get that to all happen.
Yeah.
So,
pretty cool, though.
It was.
Good for them.
Yeah, and kicking off the NHL games tonight, since you want to bring that up there, Bo. Buffalo's going to be at New Jersey. Philadelphia is going to be at Washington. Toronto at Tampa Bay. Seattle at Dallas. Colorado at Utah. Winnipeg at Vancouver. Vegas at LA, and Edmonton at Anaheim. So those are your beginning second half hockey right there. Starts.
Yeah.
All right. So on to the NBA. James Harden fractured his thumb and will attempt to play with it for the rest of the season, but he might not make it for tonight's game against the Bucks. That's the Cleveland Guards player, James Harden. He's been ripping it up too since the trade. So, I don't know how this is going to affect him basketball wise. We'll see. But yeah, he's going to try to play on it for the rest of the season until the end, so he get it fixed. But
this is on his non-shooting hand.
I believe so. It's his non-shooting hand. Yeah.
By the way, they had the worst. God, I don't know if they were throwback colors. They look like colors I may have seen in the 70s of Cavs uniforms last night, but they were just awful. NBA's got to do some cleanup here on some of these uniforms.
Yeah, really, they're just putting out the memo. Hey, you could wear whatever colors you want to wear, as long as it looks sporty.
Oh, some of them are just atrocious.
Some of the throwbacks are awful, and that's not limited to the NBA, right? Like some of the football ones
all over
brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez, when the Steelers are wearing those bumblebee things that they wore, oh my God,
the worst.
Packers have some bad ones. Denver's got some bad ones.
Yeah,
the prison stripe ones.
Oh yeah. Denver, they're the worst. Who the hell?
That and horrible brown uniforms that the Packers wear.
Oh yes.
It's like, oh come on.
Yeah, those ones actually look like they're gonna bring me some packages. Yeah.
I like the
UPS uniforms.
That's funny. I do
so
like
today's
so
go ahead.
Yankees have some good throwback uniforms.
Yeah. I think the Tigers are getting a little bit nuts with theirs too.
Yeah.
Tigers are getting a little bit nuts with theirs too.
So
I don't mind when the Mariners bring out the old Trident from the 80s. That one's pretty cool.
It's interesting. That was an interesting vote.
Those are nice. Yeah, it's kind of like the Houston Oilers ones. I like the Houston Oilers ones. Into tonight's NBA, Oklahoma is playing at Detroit. Another test for Detroit. And they lost to San Antonio. I watched that game. You got to hit a shot once in a while.
As a Sonics fan, I want them to lose all the time. Come on, Detroit.
4 for 26 ain't getting it done for you. Okay, that's not happening. So yeah, you gotta improve on
middle school. I'd still be rooting against OKC.
Golden State's going to Memphis. San Antonio's those Spurs are going to Toronto. Cleveland's going to Milwaukee, as said before. Sacramento going to Houston, and Boston will be at Denver. Hey, give it up for Sacramento. They actually won a game after 15 losses. They won a game.
Blind squirrel and all that.
Exactly.
So
pretty bad.
It's going to be an interesting. We're honing down into the getting to the playoff positioning right now. The Pistons hold the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Of course, OKC holds the number 1 seed, and the Western Conference. By the way, just to give a caveat that San Antonio has won 4 of the 5 games against Oklahoma. So,
okay,
Oklahoma better buckle up. What do you got on here about this LaMelo Ball?
I mean, I figure since we're talking NBA, we might as well have a little comic relief. So this is him getting some questions about the car wreck he got in. And when you watch the video here, you're going to see that the car wreck is easily his fault because you couldn't be more on the wrong side of the road than he is when he drives over the front of this car.
How were you kind of made aware that the other person in the accident was also okay? I know she did suffer some injuries.
Oh, no, I seen her get straight out the car.
Can you put into words the last 24 hours with you, how it's been emotional for you to have to deal with that and then come here and play a game tonight on top of that?
I'm just alive, blessed for him. So God is great, like I said.
LaMelo, you did.
And then just leaves the presser, doesn't even hang out. But I mean, when you watch this, it is hilarious because I mean, that person is solidly as much in their lane as you could possibly be, and just absolutely mashes the front of it. His truck's tall enough that she just wipes his tire out.
Did they recently play in London or something? Can I excuse him because he forgot what side of the road to drive on? Or
I mean, no.
Sadly, no.
How great is God if he can't even give you some basic driving skills there? I mean, LaMelo.
To be fair, God watches football. Right?
That's true.
So that's why everything on the planet is so messed up because 7 days of work and then he's just been watching football ever since.
Yeah. Too busy.
Yeah, him and Brownie had a little X commentary going on between that, and he was like, because he was saying the same thing as you, but how do you drive on the wrong side of the road? First of all, what were you looking at? Were you looking at your phone? What were you looking at? And he said, well, I was looking at that big poster up there, and that's talking about you were the best, and that kind of scared me, and that's why I went that way. So,
I mean,
he
was so far on the wrong side of the road. It's unreal. Yeah. Like if you had just crossed over a little bit and you snagged them because they were close to the line too, like I could kind of see it. His right side tires had room from the double yellows. I mean, you couldn't be more on the wrong side unless you were on the curb.
Funny stuff.
Yeah, and on top of that, dude, I mean, I know God is good. Okay, well, what about the victim? Well, not the victim, the other person that you hit. You didn't say, I'm glad she was fine and everything like that. And
that would have been nice.
No, she just got straight up out the car. She's got to be good.
Well,
that's not adrenaline at all.
Okay.
She got out like this. Who am I going to sue?
She's doing the Johnny Manziel.
That would have been funny if she did that coming out the car. NBA could always give you the the funny things. It's just it's hilarious. It's bad enough football does it, but NBA has always got to be the dessert topping.
There's always goofy stuff. And so as soon as you switched over to the NBA, I was like, "Oh, I got something for that."
And as soon as we switch on from the NBA, we're going to switch to the NCAA. I don't know if you heard about this, Keith. Cincinnati Bearcats files lawsuit over $1 million buyout. It says Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby owes school. Sorsby allegedly violated the terms of his revenue sharing deal when he transferred from the Bearcats to Texas Tech, which was through the 2006 season, which their 2006 season doesn't mean the 2006 season. It meant December of 2026. So they say he's out of that, and his representative saying it's ludicrous, but whatever the case may be.
They're going to have to, these contracts we've talked about a couple of times, they've got to get more ironclad and more specific language, right? Because you're seeing more and more of this. We've seen several times, and Sorsby's a really good quarterback. He's arguably the best or second best quarterback in the portal, I think, this time around. And this isn't going to stop anytime soon. So these teams have got to get better language in these contracts to avoid this type of thing, or the guys just got to pay the money back, one or the other. I mean,
that's the thing, right? It's the way these are written, and we had it happen here for Washington, right? Our quarterback wanted to leave, and he'd already had the money, and it was literally like a day later. Maybe it was 2. I don't know. It was ridiculous anyway. But there's nothing that keeps them from paying the money back. Yeah, the school isn't obligated to put them in the portal. But if the team that you wanted to go to already offered you a deal, you can just go apply at that school. Like there's nothing that says you can't do that. You just have to actually provide some effort. So you have to go apply. You know what they're going to do is accept you because they were trying to anyway.
Of course. Of course. Somebody needs to police this, right? You can't let the NCAA from the very beginning, when we first heard the words NIL and they said, well, we'll let the schools police themselves. Well, that's like, giving the bank robbers the keys to the freaking banks.
I mean, the NCAA would.
You can't let the schools police themselves.
The NCAA would give the thieves the keys and then be like, why did you steal from us?
Yeah. And if that's not bad enough, we'll wait for Congress because they don't screw anything up. We'll let them fix the whole thing. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it just has to be, it just has to be pro style contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. Like they have to be pro style endorsement contracts.
It's very simple. You stay for this amount of time. You play this amount of game. And here's the thing too. And they need to change the portal windows, and we've talked all about that, right? But if they are going to change the portal windows and you opt out of games, well, I'm not paying you all your money either, and I want money back for that. That's got to be all in writing.
The good thing is they have changed that. So the portal window has changed.
Officially?
Officially for this year. Yeah.
I fell asleep.
Yeah. So I forget exactly what the window is, but they did eliminate the after the spring game.
Oh, that part, but not the winter part. The part that matters is the January 3rd.
Yeah,
so matters.
It sounds like
the spring matters too. Don't get me wrong, but the more important one, I think, is the winter.
I mean, the second one means at least the spring game matters again.
Yeah.
Right. But it sounds like it's moving towards having one portal window. Now, there's still going to be ways around it, right? Because you don't have to get in the portal. Like if the school will accept you, you can just drop and move. Or if you are a 2-sport player, you might be able to opt into a different portal because of another sport. So, I mean, there's going to be ways to game it. But
I didn't know this. Yeah. I did know this. I forgot. There's always one portal for 15 days, but it's still at the wrong time of the year. It's okay. The spring portal being gone is important a little bit for football, but more for basketball. Yep. I mean, players were hitting the portal. I remember John Calipari talking about Arkansas just won a big, I think, to get to the Elite Eight, and he says, now I got to go back to the locker room and start recruiting my kids. They don't leave.
See, and that's the problem. Is if you're having to spend this much time recruiting your own team,
that's the problem.
Like, how are you gonna get better? And that's why you started seeing some of these schools. They don't even recruit high school kids really. They're just off recruiting other teams' guys.
Now let them do the legwork.
They really got to come out with a specified rule book for this whole situation. I mean, I know they're taking baby steps on it right now, but it really needs to be thought out process about these rules for the NIL, because this is getting carried away. It's getting real carried away. Yeah,
it is. It's not a good deal. It is slowly getting better, and it's the problem with the NCAA is they're just incredibly reactionary. So they just overshoot all the time. So they're like, there's no way we're giving you guys, NIL money and all of this. And then the next day they're like, yeah, cool, do it, figure it out. And it's just like, wow, that is probably not the way to handle that. Like,
well, the money's gotten so big between the portal and the NIL. That's why you see kids, and you got another kid today. We've probably seen 10 cases of at least 10 that I'm aware of, at least high profile cases of kids suing the NCAA for more eligibility.
Oh yeah.
Chandler Morris from Virginia was the latest. Joey Aguilar just lost his. Chandler Morris is suing for a 7th year.
Yeah.
They know they're not going to make the money in the draft. They're not going to be high draft picks or drafted at all. And I might as well stay and make some money here.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, you made this problem. So these consequences come with that. And so I'm not mad at it. That is looking at the NCAA and be like, hey, you did this to yourself.
They're supposed to simplify this too. You got 5 years to play for, and that was going to be it. Right. And that was a rule a while back. Yep. But they're not sticking to it. And the COVID stuff should have flushed out by now. I mean, we're 6 years past COVID. I mean, but they're still blaming a lot of this on the COVID aftermath. You can't blame COVID.
You can't, right? You can't do that forever. No, especially
at this point, even with the COVID year, you should be basically done with your eligibility.
Yeah.
So,
there was a kid at Miami last year who was in his 9th year of eligibility.
Well, so you know how they also get around this now is they just changed how you redshirt. And this may be news for anybody that's watching, but you can redshirt after playing 9 games now.
Yeah, that's good. That's ridiculous as well. By the way,
that's insane.
I thought 4 was bad, actually.
Yeah, you play 2/3 of the season, or 3/4 of the season, I guess. 3/4 of the season, you could redshirt. Like, that's insane. Like, you could redshirt forever.
Yep. If you're not going to the playoff, right? If you're a top tier team, you're not going to playoff. Why wouldn't you redshirt your best players right away and be done with it?
I mean, honestly, you just sit them the first 4 games and then they just play out.
Well, that's true too. That's a good point.
Because the college football playoff doesn't matter at all.
Yep.
When it comes to eligibility. So, I mean, you just sit them the first 4. Or you stagger them. Then you can have your whole team at the end.
You make this stuff up, man.
No, it's really wild. And of course, I mean, based on that, you could go get a doctorate and be eligible the entire time.
Well, some of those kids would need that to get a doctor, BA actually. Oh, no offense, BA, but.
Yeah.
I heard it when I said it. But
that's okay. You're good. Hey, Phillip Rivers' son, Gunnar Rivers, is going to be quarterback in. He's committed to NC State for 2027.
Sure.
I'm a little surprised. I mean, this kid is one of the top recruits, and he wants to go follow in his father's footsteps at NC State. So, God bless him. We'll see how long it lasts, but. Because nothing's a sure thing. There's no sure thing to go to step foot on campus. But again, he's one of the most chased after prospects for, I think, 27, you said? Mm-hmm. Is that right? 27 season.
Yeah.
So father had a great career there. We'll see if he can live up to that mantle.
And swinging from the NCAA, well, one looks no for NCAA basketball, men's basketball. Duke and Michigan hooked up for a 1-versus-3 fight, and Duke came out on top. Duke played very good. It was a very good game. It was a really good game. And I'm not a big Duke fan, but I liked it. It was a really good game. I couldn't say anything about this game bad about Duke because Duke.
I thought it was a really good college basketball game overall.
Yep.
I think you saw the Boozer. I think is the best player in the country, and showed it most of that day. And at the end of the day, this isn't going to matter. Probably both these teams are going to be 1 seeds, I would say, unless something crazy happens the next couple of weeks. But it was fun to see this type of matchup this late in the regular season. So,
yeah, I believe they're 1 and 2 in the polls. I think they are.
The new poll out, they are. I know Duke's 1.
Yeah, Duke's definitely 1. Yeah,
Michigan's 3 in the AP poll.
Yeah. Oh yeah, isn't Arizona ahead of them?
Arizona's back up to 2.
Yeah.
One other note that I'll talk about tonight in the college sports huddle too. Jeff Monken from Army has put out there that he's be okay moving Army Navy off the date they play historically, which is second Saturday in December, whatever it is, first Saturday in December, to Thanksgiving weekend, to allow the playoff to start earlier, to accommodate more teams. Now Navy hasn't commented on what they would do. And they won't do it, though, unless they still get that 3-hour window where they're the only game being played. And they could accommodate that, I think.
Yeah, they could do that, yeah.
Yeah, you would think so.
Huh.
It would have solved a lot of problems, because with both those teams being in a league now, and the same league, the Army-Navy game takes place after the American Conference Championship is played. So it's kind of weird already now. So I think moving this up makes sense in a lot of cases. I like them having their own standalone day. It's always been kind of cool. But, the new realities in college football, that's not going to last. And they might as well get out in front of it.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
It's not college football anymore. I understand it's played by college. But
it's professional college football.
It's still college football, but they're professionals playing it. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Except those guys. Those guys are not. They're the only guys not getting paid, really, is Army Navy guys. So, but they both have had realistic shots at the playoff too in that last couple of years, to think, they could get to the playoff. And that game standing there by itself would kind of hurt those chances as well. So anyway, playing it earlier makes sense, I think.
And finally, in the NFL news, do you think A.J. Brown's going to go to another team this season?
No.
Sirianni's kind of like this about it.
No one's going to give up enough capital to go get him.
No. I think he stays in Philadelphia. I agree with both. It's going to take too much.
Also, Bears grant linebacker Tremaine Edwards permission to seek a trade. That's kind of he was pretty much their defense when he played on there. He was pretty good. So I'm trying to figure that one out, but okay, it is what it is. Also, Brandon Aubrey is asking for $10 million.
Yes, he is.
And damn it, he better get it too, because he is one of the best kickers in the league all around.
So here's the thing. So they offered him 7.5, which would already be the highest paid kicker. Buckner makes 6.5, right? So going to 10 would reset that market in a ridiculous way. Now it's for Dallas, so I hope they do it. But but at the same time, it might end up at 8.5. But I don't see a scenario where they actually give him 10. Not there.
I love watching that guy kick, though. I mean, it's like no effort from 65 yards. He's making the same effort as he makes from 30. It's just, I know there's got to be more effort there, right? But it doesn't look like there's any. The mechanics are all exactly the same. He's got very little fault. It's just a short little a chip on the.
And did you watch Cam Little? And Cam Little's booming 70. So,
Well, true.
It is what it is.
I'm only talking about the way he kicks and that little bit, just the way it looks. The effort doesn't seem to be anything different. He's going to make a 70-yarder in a game that counts.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, what he has in practice, he did in the UFL, right? So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a really good kicker. Oh well, hey, you know what? I think kickers need a pay raise.
Is it good for the game though for these guys to be so good from so far out? I don't know that it is. I think I'm not a big rule change guy, as you know. I hate rule changes, but it's got to get harder for these kickers. I don't know what the answer is, but maybe
the answer is going back to the way they used to have to prepare the footballs, because the fact that they've changed the way that they handled the footballs this year added 10 yards to everybody's kick.
Yeah. So, you're allowed to manipulate footballs? I thought you get fined and suspended for that.
Well, the inflation's the same.
Interesting.
But they got to work the ball a little bit.
I see. I misunderstood the whole thing.
It's kind of like when baseball had the juiced balls, right? And people were launching them out of the stadium. It's kind of the same thing. Like the kicker balls are basically juiced at this point. You're watching everybody that could barely hit a 60 get 65 now. The only thing that changed is the football.
It's going to ruin my whole shtick. I say you can kill two people in the NFL, but don't let the air out of football. So now you're ruining. I hope you don't use that line anymore.
So we found out a few international games that were going to be played. The Commanders and the Jaguars are going to host London games this coming up season, as well as the Lions will be hosting in Germany. And I'm not a big fan of international games. I'm sorry. I know it's a Goodell thing, and he wants to market and make the money, whatever the case may be.
He lets have one a week within the next couple of years. That's crazy.
Yeah,
you're almost there anyway. I mean, there's already 8 of them.
Yeah, aren't the Jaguars like officially like a home? Or maybe was that just a plan, or did that come to reality? They're like the official home team of London.
Well, it's because their owner owns the stadium in London. That's how they always end up there.
Yeah.
So usually the Jags had 2 games there.
Yeah.
They'd have a home and an away. And
this time they're going to have 2 home games there this year.
They're going to have 2 home games?
Yep. They're going to be the first team to do that. They're going to back-to-back games in the pond are both going to be home games in Wembley Stadium. One's going to be in Wembley Stadium, the other's going to be in Tottenham.
Yeah, so one of those is the one the owner of the team owns over there. I forget which one it is, but yeah, I mean, so you have that. And I mean, realistically, if you were to do a home game and an away game, so everybody that goes over there basically plays 2, and then you come back to your bye week or something, like that could work, right? Yeah. Like that scenario could feasibly work out. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm not a fan of this either, Brian. No, again, why? I mean, do we really think that we're going to, and again, I know this has been talked about being the NFL's overall plan, is that there'll be a division of teams in Europe, but I just don't see how this ever really logistically works. I just don't see it.
It's going to be too hard on the players.
I mean,
yeah, to travel.
I like from your East Coast teams, it's not really that much further to fly to London than it is to Seattle.
Well,
time on the airplane, it's actually really not that much different. Yeah, it's 5.5 to Seattle.
You're talking half of the league. About the West Coast is the other half of the league. So there's that.
But there's not a half of the league in the West Coast anyway. But then we're used to traveling everywhere anyway. Like we have to travel back east every other week anyhow.
Well, what happens when you got to travel 14 hours to London? I mean, that's going to get.
I mean, they won in Germany. Like the thing is Seattle
but you're just doing it one time. If you're not going to do it one time, I mean, well, I guess depending on scheduling. I guess.
Well, if they have a league in Europe and a league in America, then you're going to be flying over there quite a few times.
But a division, it's going to be part of the NFL, right? It's not going to be a different league.
No. But it would be a division, right? So that whole division would be there. So they'd all play each other twice. Right. And then you'd have teams that would fly in. They would also fly out. So, I mean, you're going to have six.
You still got to
have 6 teams go.
I guess.
That's no different than what's happening now.
I don't know how you'd have a balanced schedule, though, because, if you have to play an entire division, you got to go there at least twice.
Yeah, right? But I mean, it's only twice. That's the point is, you got to travel, but I
guess you could play in back-to-back weeks. I just think there's going to be an advantage for somebody. And I feel like the teams in Europe would have an unfair advantage because they're going to have longer homestands than other teams might have. Again, maybe I'm not thinking it totally through, which I've been known to do.
I mean, they're going to, let's not pretend that the NFL won't shaft them also. Yeah. Like they're not going to get to play all of their division games in a row. Like they're going to have some messed up road trip where they fly to Seattle and then they go home and then they go to LA and then they go home.
Well,
and
then they play there for 3 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks, whatever.
Well, no, because they'd probably have a home game or something. But, like the NFL will absolutely do that. I mean, we've had it for Seattle. I mean, they generally are the most traveled team in the league anyway. Right. Because we have to go everywhere from here. But, if I remember right, we went to Germany and then we had a home game and then we went to the East Coast and played like Miami or something. So, I mean, the league doesn't care. They're like, shut up, get on a plane.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
So
I don't.
We also don't need 4 more teams, by the way, because we can't field a competent offensive lines now. But let's add 4 more teams where we'll even thin that position out further, amongst other positions, obviously. But
offensive line play is awesome.
Maybe they'll take 4 teams nobody wants in the United States and put them over
the Jets.
Jacksonville will be leading that list.
Send the Jets. Nobody will miss them here.
Yeah, one team for
Besides, they need a home, right? Also, you might as well send the Chargers. Nobody cares. LA didn't need 2 teams,
right?
The Jags for sure. They're going to be looking for temporary. Well, they're going to look for a temporary home when they redo their stadium anyway.
Free agents? Signing free agents will be a huge problem. I would think. I just see a lot of problems, but.
Well, and then and at that point we've already listed 3, and then just send the Titans or something. Like,
I'm resistant to change.
Break up the whole AFC South, huh? Okay.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do it,
even though it's the NFC South, that's pretty terrible. But we're going to break up the AFC South. But
it'd be easier in baseball because you can find a bunch of teams nobody goes to see, and nobody cares about that. Don't even try to win here. Send them over there. Maybe there'll be more money for them.
Yeah, the Pirates and the A's and
the Rockies, the Angels.
Yeah, there you go. Boom, done. And those stadiums would sell out nonstop because it'd be new to them. I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? Is they sell out those stadiums in minutes.
Well, then maybe Artie Marino would be right that fans don't care about winning. It's not even in the top 5 priorities. Did you see that story? Not to hijack the show, but it's Monday. Jack said, kudos Artie Marino. I'm like, are you kidding me? Kudos Artie Marino. This is why this team doesn't win. He thinks his fans don't care. Not only does he think the fans don't care, he doesn't even think it's in the top 5 things they care about. This guy is so out of touch or just an excuse maker.
Well, Mark Cuban made that same comment.
So they don't necessarily. So part of it's kind of true, right? They don't necessarily care if you win, but you do need to be competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Mariners. We have some of the best attendance, have for a long time. You know what we haven't done anything of? Winning.
Well, you haven't lost 120 games a year either, though.
Well, no, so that's the point. Is we're competitive. We're in the conversation. We miss it 99% of the time. We've never even made it to a World Series, but we're one of the better revenue teams because we're always competitive. We're in the conversation, despite the fact that we missed the playoffs by one game 90% of the time.
And being competitive is winning. That's part of being competitive is winning.
So winning is winning. Competitive means you have a shot. So let's not pretend that being competitive is winning. Winning gets hardware. So that's why I say
competitive helps you win, though.
Well, but winning doesn't necessarily.
You can't win without being competitive. Yes,
you got to be competitive.
I don't know.
Well, that's true.
I get his point. Affordability. I'm sure fans care about affordability, right? And being able to take their family to a ball game. And he's not wrong. But two things can be true at once. I want affordable ball games and I want my team to win. I mean, two things can be true at the same time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think back to when you could get affordable Mariners tickets and you could find some, aftermarket tickets for $10.
Yeah.
But you also knew you were going to get your ass kicked. You're like, oh, a $10 ticket. Cool. Man, I hope the beer is super cold today.
What about now when they're competitive, Bo? What are the prices like up there when they're competitive now? It's not Yankee Stadium prices, I'm sure.
Yeah, in fact, let's take a look because we're gonna have the new pricing since the season's about to kick off. Let's see what our average ticket is.
And a beer.
Let's not do that because we get you
$22 for a beer at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, it's a lot. So let's see. Let's go ticket price.
It's the coveted Yankee Stadium, though, Keith.
Coveted. Well, we use that word in New York. Yes.
Coveted.
It actually fits better there than in the last time I used coveted.
Right. I tell you, it's used for all New York teams.
Yes.
Here we go. April 1st. We got Yankees coming to Seattle. 2 tickets. Let's see what we got. Actually, you can get it pretty reasonable right now if you want to be in outer space. $54.
I'll be there in July. When's that game?
Well, this one's in April.
No, I won't be there in April. Never mind. I'm just kidding. I don't have time for a ball game while I'm there anyway.
Yeah, I got you. So yeah, I mean, it looks like starting out the season, you could get some reasonably cheap ones. Again, that would be up in the very top of the 300 level, but yeah. So I mean, $50 ticket. That's not horrible. If we're playing the Braves, man, if you want. If you want to be up in the 300s, you can get it for $29 right now. If you want to sit in the bleachers, and then the upper deck is $33. If you want to see a terrible Braves team.
I mean, I get Yankee Stadium for a crappy seat for $60. It's not like you can't get in these stadiums, right? And
yeah. Once you start getting food and beer and whatever, then it's an expensive day. It's going to cost you $150 to park. So
that's a good thing about Yankee Stadium. Take the train right to the stadium. Go to Poughkeepsie, get the train, and take it back.
You can do that in Seattle now too. Yeah. Our light rail is there, so you can park up at Northgate or something like that and just ride down.
That's the best part.
Yep.
And all our teams are conveniently in downtown Detroit. So
there you go.
If you live in Detroit, you can walk, take the people moving around there, whatever. We have a rail system now too.
Oh, I mean, if you're downtown Seattle, you can just hop on a bus or something. I mean, take an e-bike or whatever, because all our stadiums are there. But for the bulk of people that live around the area, you got to figure something out.
It's not as expensive as it is there in New York. What's your parking in Seattle? How's your parking in Seattle?
$150.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing if you want to park at Yankee Stadium, same thing. But even the NFL, Gillette Stadium, it's $150 a park.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even going to the Kraken game, if you park where I normally do, it's which isn't actually at the stadium. It's one of the parking lots that's next to it. That's still almost $50.
Well, your parking's validated, isn't it?
It hasn't been. No. So they have been reluctantly letting me cover this. They don't give me half of the media stuff. So they're like, I guess you can come, but we're going to make it difficult.
How dare them?
You need a better union. Oh, you need a better union.
Yeah, I need. They want an acronym after my name, like ESPN, ABC, NBC, something like that. Instead, they're like, yeah. So it's fair enough. Fair enough.
So the WTF isn't working.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the struggle bus that I'm on, but it's better than not being able to go.
And that's good. Well, if you're enjoying it, that's good. You're working towards something.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, one of those in one of those March children there that work very hard. I don't think there's anybody that I know that has a birthday in this month that this coming up month that they just put our all into everything. Everybody I know. It's like, wow. And I was born in the wrong month because I was born in the summertime months. I must be the lazy people.
I've heard the same thing about August. I mean, I never knew there was birthday elitists. Now I got to deal with that now.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Man.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, just a quick note that the Falcons GM is confirming that Cousins will be released in free agency when free agency opens. So
welcome back.
They are franchise tagging Kyle Pitts.
Yep. And that means
welcome back
to Minnesota.
Welcome back.
Yeah, he'll either go there. They might take a flyer on Carr also. They might give him a call.
Please,
so
no. Well, please, yes.
The thing is Carr gets a lot of hate. He's actually not a bad quarterback. I mean, when you think of all the yards and stuff that he threw for with the Raiders, they had the worst defense in the league for 9 straight years. Like, they were a bottom 4 defense. So anytime he even made a mistake, that game was over because defense wasn't stopping anything. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's elite talent or anything like that, but you don't need it for the Vikings. You need a competent guy that can throw the ball. That's what Darnold won 14 games with. You just need somebody better than J.J. McCarthy who likes to throw to the wrong team.
Yeah, you just need to sit him down and, actually Sam Darnold even had something nice to say about J.J. He said he's a competent quarterback, and he understood the reason why Minnesota let him go because they had that whole situation there. You're being nice because you won a Super Bowl. Shut up.
I mean, at the end of the day, that makes it sound like J.J. McCarthy is going to be a great coach. Like the way that he just worded that makes it sound like he's going to be a great coach because what we saw on the field wasn't great in execution. So you can be as smart as you want to be. That sounds like you're going to be a good quarterback coach someday.
So he's going to be like Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah. Pretty much.
The whole thing with the Raiders and Max Crosby, they foresee him staying in Vegas, which I foresee him staying in Vegas too, because nobody's going to be meeting those ridiculous demands that they're going to do. I don't care what James says. Nobody's going to give up for two and a prime player. Oh hell no, they ain't going to do that. They're not going to do that.
No,
you're giving away half your team for another half of the team, and the guy that's getting injured more.
Yeah.
Now, so no, I'm not doing that. But on that note, folks, we will draw into conclusion this show. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. We will see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. For Bo, Keith, and myself. Peace out.